ashamed, no, I'm not feeling ashamed. I'm gonna write to Janet Sinclair. I'm gonna write to Janet Sinclair. Janet Sinclair. Janet Sinclair. Janet Sinclair. Janet Sinclair. Yes. If you have a problem in your love affair, if you have a problem in your love affair, just write to Janet Sinclair. Just write to Janet Sinclair.
Big up all the Sinclairs on this one. So I'm a Sinclair as well. Big up all the Sinclairs, especially my mom. Big up.
Just tell her you don't complain. Janet Sinclair. Janet Sinclair. Janet Sinclair. You better beware. Janet Sinclair. I'm not ashamed to sign my name. I'm not ashamed to sign my name to Janet Sinclair. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Janet Sinclair. Janet Sinclair. You better beware. Janet Sinclair. If you have a problem in your lover's affair, if you have a problem in your lover's affair, just write to Janet Sinclair. I'm say if you feel you no matter the lion, me say just tell her you damn complain. Me a go tell her say me live over Spain. I love me a go tell her say me live on the mean. Call her that say me foot love God it have a strain. Come on now sing to me a little John and then we walk down the lane. Lord God a figure check out the lane. Continue Lord God a figure check sister Jean. Lord the two of we with us a walk through the street. Hey, come say ooh, I'm say what? I'm say ooh, I'm say what? Janet Sinclair. Hey, come say if you have a problem in your lover's affair, if you have a problem in your lover's affair, just write on to Janet Sinclair. I'm say if you feel shame, no matter the lion. If you feel shame, no matter the lion. Me a go tell her me damn complain. Not me a go tell her say me live over Spain. Oh, me a go tell her say me live on the mean. Lord, me a go tell her say me foot have a sprain. Lord, me a go tell her say me live down the lane. Lord, the two of we have to walk to the street. Oh, you have a girlfriend, name is Jean. Janet Sinclair. You better beware. Janet Sinclair. Good. Janet Sinclair. Come me say give me little loving sister. Come me say give me little loving sister. Me little sister, the boy dem a trickster. Me little sister, the boy dem a jester. Cause dem a come and dem a wear polyester. They say they give me little loving sister. Give me little loving sister. Cause Jaja know say that you are me lover. Give me little loving sister. Me little sister, the boy dem a trickster. Me little sister, the boy dem a trickster.
Yeah man, sounds like Billy Boy. Alongside Little John. Janet Sinclair.
But you fake give me little loving sister.
So we do it on the Crazy D show, you know? There'll be this, there'll be that. All types going on here, I tell you. Absolutely packed to the rafters. Sardines, sardines.
Give me little loving sister. Right. You fake give me little loving sister. Some of them just up in a polyester. Try to turn me on, little girl. Try to turn me on. Oh, girl, you're trying to turn me on. I kinda like it. turn me on. I kinda like it, but I've got to check you out. Girl, you're trying to turn me on. I kinda like it, but I've got to check you out. I don't wanna be left alone on a lonely cold, cold night. To be cold and lonely, girl. Oh my God, that is out of sight. Won't you come a little closer now? And let me know what you mean. Come turn me on. A little girl, come turn me on. Girl, you're trying to turn me on. I kinda like you.
Seeing as Johnny Osbourne sounds so good, I think I might fling a next one in there, you know?
You are
Sounds like Johnny Osbourne with the turning me, you're trying to turn me on, rather.
trying to turn me on. I kinda
Whole
like
heap of music there for people just to, you know, just relax and I don't know, if you drink coffee or tea or if you got a little glass of wine or some brandy or I don't know, a can of something or maybe just fizzy pop, you know, Coca-Cola or them kind of things there. Whatever you're doing, whether you're laying down, standing up, fighting, at work, just taking in the cool morning breeze or what have you. Big up to you every single time. If you're on lockdown or whatever and you're listening to Man on the D-Lo, respect every single time. Let me just push that button down to there, so. But anyway, as I was saying to you before about the biohazards of extremely low frequencies, and this is stuff that's got to do with that machine called HAARP. I need to find out what that actually stands for. Alright, I'm just gonna do a quick Google search. But as I was saying to you before, it's starting to bring up lots of health concern issues, especially in regards to how people think and how people operate, because it is because the American army are using this stuff there. But the thing about it is, what I'm trying to get across to you is that HAARP is not the only system available for taking advantage of people and taking advantage of new technologies in regards to extremely low frequencies. So the military have discovered smaller weapon systems for use in battlefield applications. So this is the dangerous part about it. As in regards with every science, you have the bad side and the good side. And these new weapons were discovered or disclosed in documents authored and compiled by the United States Air Force. And the Air Force documents indicate that these weapons can be used for mind control, including heart attacks, causing electronic failures, and creating computer malfunctions. More recently, these new weapons have been revealed in International Red Cross documents and in other press reports. In a CBS 60 Minutes broadcast on February the 11th, a few years ago in '96, a report on some of these new systems was shown. The program discussed the effects of these new weapons, which included disorientation and flu-like symptoms. This new classification of weapon has created some level of concern on the part of military planners in trying to find a way to introduce these systems. The United States Army has developed a concept in trying to find a way to introduce these systems. Now, the United States Army has developed this concept, and it's called a Revolution in Military Affairs, or RMA is what it stands for, which begins to unfold these weapons introduction plan, which begins to unfold the weapons introduction plan, what this document points out is that many of these weapons will operate in a way which is conflict with people values, and especially in America, because that is where, unfortunately, people will be getting the most experiment. Now, the Army realizes that the conflict with our value exists, because, you know, people take these things to heart. They don't want to be controlled, especially they don't want to be feeling disorientated and getting flu-like symptoms and being controlled, being manipulated without even having a chance to, like, understand what is going on. Now, these conflict with our values exist, and we openly discuss the problem as it comes across. And the Army then goes on to describes a number of ways to reshape those values, basically try and convince people so that these new weapons can be used. You see, it's another form of mind control. It's basically what they did with the the whole EU thing. In regards, do you want to join the EU? It was like, no. Okay, what about now? No. Well, what about now? No. What about now? No. What about now? No. What about now? Oh, bloody hell, all right, where do I sign? Bollocks to it. This is the kind of thing that goes on in the EU as well. And this is how the EU managed to get their way around. They just kept asking the same question until they got the answer that they wanted. Democracy is brilliant. Now, the basic problem from the writer's perspective is that the US Army's role in the American scene is not intended to shape and form public values. Rather, it's supposed to reflect the American values. So the idea that any branch government should see their role as one of settling the nation's ethic is completely and utterly wrong. You know, it's man's ignorance to think that they should even attempt to try and do that. Trying to relieve the public about weapons that can control you and cause you all types of ill health is not something that people, regardless of what type of war you're fighting, you could be fighting against the moon people. I'm sure folk won't want to have that kind of thing around them, especially as they know what human beings are like. Because somewhere along the line it will be used on somebody else innocently, and then the whole problem will come back and it will not go away. Basically like 9/11, if I'm honest. And the United States military has taken advantage of the basic research into extremely low frequency, which demonstrates the effects of the various types of electromagnetic radiation. And this is important because these are the frequencies that I'm telling you about. We got extra high, very high, extremely high, and ultra high frequencies that are above us. And it's the same frequencies that run our mobile phones, send radio signals, if you like, and control the frequency of what type of sound you hear when you're listening to music. It's the same thing across the board, different frequencies. Extra high frequencies can also cause types of ill health, because when they get to extremely high frequency, a laser as well is basically a very, very high frequency concentrated beam of energy, and it's vibrating so fast that it can burn stuff, and it's powerful and it's hot. That is how a laser works when you put enough energy through it. And that is a different type of electromagnetic frequency. But the frequencies that are coming to you from your devices, your TVs or what have you, are frequencies that can affect your health directly, and it can affect your mind states. And the US military have been taking advantage of this research for ages. This research is being used for weapons development, and these new technologies have been, in part, I suppose, transferred to the United States Justice Department for use in domestic police actions. They want to use these to try and calm people down, try and control crowds, all in the pursuit of control, to try and tell people what to do and try and keep people nullified. It's the only way how you can get population under control, because whether you believe it or not, the population on this earth is not sustainable. We cannot be the way how we live is not sustainable. The amount of people that exist on the planet is not sustainable, and one way or another, there will be population reduction. I spoke about it a while last week as well. If you missed the show, maybe I might go back over it later on if I've got the time. But the US, as I said, they've been taking advantage of these technologies. There's been conferences held between 85 and 93 in order to gradually introduce these technologies. So we're talking way back, way back. They were inventing all types of technology a long time ago. You wouldn't believe it. When you really check it deeply about the years that have passed and what technology was invented. When was the first tank invented? It was invented by the Germans in 1940 something. It was circa 1940 when that tank was invented. The 1940s, they didn't even have television then. It didn't just about had radio, just about had like running water and electricity and stuff like that. But yet still, we've got tanks and all types of smart bombs and missiles, bullets, projectiles, all those kind of stuff. So this technology has been going on for the longest while, and you think about the kind of research and studying that they've been doing in regards to that technology. So they're obviously still going to have that research, and it was the introduction of the tank shaped and changed the war forever, and how war would be conducted forever. And now it's moved on. It changed the airplane, changed the face of war, and then there was a nuclear weapon. And the submarines, all that stuff. Is these different inventions and evolutions that change. And now the next state is manipulating electromagnetic waves and using people as guinea pigs, basically, and even using it into domestic police actions. The last conference that was held was included discussions of using such things as pulse radio frequency systems, and it was considered so sensitive that the entire meeting was classified by the Department of Defense and a program sponsor, who was Las Alamos Laboratory. Now, the last meeting had led to a policy development which now permits technology transfers from the military to the United States Department of Justice so that the police can use it on disobedient members of the public. These are dangerous things that they are messing about with, and it is all in regards to frequencies that can interfere with your brain, stop you from thinking, and harm your thought process. These are the things that you have to be aware of. It is when you go deeper and deeper into the story, there's so much more of it. I'll continue with that in a minute anyway. Listen to the sounds of hear what Johnny Osborne is saying. Yeah, oh gosh, I can't, how's it gone down now? Yeah, anyway, the number as usual, 07932533606. I'm talking about 07932533671 is a number to phone if you want to get through and have your say. Send your texts, I'll read them straight out, no problems. This should take me up to the commercial break. I'll be back on the other side with more from your man, Crazy D. Tonight, the BFM is mine once again. Here till 6:15. Keep it locked.
Girl, you want my love, but you're over 31. Girl, you want my love, but you're over 31. There is a little girl knocking at my door. Mister, I have a big sister who wants to meet ya, but she over 31, and I am under 21. So please tell me, mister, if you can love me 10 to 1, 'cause she is over 31, and I am under 21. Baby say she love me, baby say she love me. Mama won't touch me, the auntie just arrest me. What am I to do? Tell me what am I to do? Girl, you want my love, but you're over 31. Girl, you want my love, but you're over 31. Your sister wants my love, and she under 21. So what am I to do? So what am I to do? Tell me just how to choose. Girl, you want my love, and you're over 31. There's a little girl knocking at my door.
Well, that one didn't actually take me up completely to the commercial break, but I've still got the rhythm track anyway. I suppose I can play that. This one will take me up to the commercial break, and I'll be back on the other side, yeah? Crazy D and the BFM 101.9, the best, the man or woman can listen to at this time on late night Friday BFM stuff. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'll see you back after the other side.
Why you not beat FM? Beat FM, you will beat them bad.